The journey starts long before the first whistle. Long before the packed stadiums, the roaring crowds, the flashing cameras and the pressure of an entire nation resting on 11 players. It begins in silence. In empty training grounds before sunrise. In the sound of boots touching wet grass. In tired eyes that still refuse to stop believing. For Cristiano Ronaldo, this World Cup means more than another tournament. It is another chapter in a story that has inspired millions around the world for more than 2 decades. A final mission driven not by fame, awards, or headlines, but by passion, sacrifice, and the desire to fight one more time beside his brothers. As the team arrives at the training camp in the United States, there are no speeches waiting for them. No media circus. No dramatic soundtrack. Just players walking into a new chapter together. Bags rolling across concrete floors. Staff members preparing equipment. Coaches studying details. The atmosphere feels calm, but underneath it lives a powerful tension, the kind that only exists before the biggest stage in football. Cristiano walks through the corridor wearing a stylish black suit, sharp and elegant, his expression serious but focused. The cameras do not need him to speak. His presence alone tells the story. Every teammate watches him differently. Some grew up idolizing him. Others have already shared battles with him for years. But all of them understand one thing: moments like these do not come often. Training begins early. The sun rises slowly over the pitch while the players step onto the field one by one. There is no music playing through speakers. Only the sound of footballs being kicked, instructions shouted from a distance and players encouraging each other through exhaustion. Every sprint matters. Every pass matters. Every second matters. Cristiano trains harder than everyone expects. At an age where most legends have already disappeared from the game, he still attacks every drill like a young player trying to prove himself for the first time. He pushes teammates during fitness exercises. He stays after sessions to practice finishing. He studies movements. He studies timing. He studies everything. But this journey is not only about Ronaldo. It is about a group becoming a family. During meals, the players sit together laughing about old memories and difficult matches. Younger players listen carefully to stories from experienced veterans. Friendships grow naturally away from the cameras. Some play cards. Others relax by watching matches together late into the night. The chemistry between them becomes stronger every day. There are moments where nobody says anything at all. Sometimes football is understood best in silence. One evening after training, the team gathers around the pitch while the stadium lights slowly shut down one by one. The session is over, but nobody wants to leave yet. The players continue passing the ball casually, joking with each other like children who fell in love with football for the first time. Cristiano stands quietly for a moment looking around the stadium. Empty seats now. But soon, the world will be watching. The pressure surrounding this tournament feels enormous. Fans expect greatness. Critics wait for mistakes. Social media turns every action into debate. But inside the camp, the focus remains simple: stay united. The coaching staff constantly reminds the players that talent alone will not win the World Cup. Unity will. Discipline will. Sacrifice will. The greatest teams in football history were not only built on skill. They were built on trust. Every day becomes a test of mentality. Morning gym sessions push players to their limits. Ice baths become part of the routine. Tactical meetings last for hours. Coaches analyze opponents frame by frame, searching for weaknesses and patterns. Small details become obsessions because at the World Cup, one detail can change history forever. Cristiano leads through actions more than words. He arrives first. Leaves last. Encourages everyone. Even during difficult moments, he refuses negativity. Younger players begin matching his mentality naturally. His energy spreads through the group. Outside the training center, thousands of fans gather hoping to catch a glimpse of the team. Children wear Ronaldo shirts while waving flags and chanting his name. Some traveled across countries just to witness this moment. For them, football is not just entertainment. It is emotion, identity, hope. Inside the camp, however, distractions remain controlled. Phones are used less. Focus grows stronger. The closer the tournament gets, the more serious everything becomes. The first closed-door practice match arrives. No television coverage. No commentators. Just intensity. Tackles become stronger. Runs become faster. Every player fights for his place in the squad. Coaches observe carefully from the sidelines while assistants take notes. Cristiano scores during the session, but instead of celebrating, he immediately grabs the ball and tells teammates to reset quickly. There is work to do. After training, players collapse onto the grass exhausted. Sweat covers their faces. Some laugh from pure fatigue while others stare into the sky recovering breath. These are the moments people rarely see. The pain behind greatness. The hours hidden behind 90 minutes of football. At night, Cristiano walks alone through the hotel hallway. Quiet. Focused. He knows what this World Cup means. He knows time in football moves fast. Every tournament could be the last. Every match could become history. Yet there is no fear in his eyes. Only determination. The next morning, tactical preparation intensifies further. Coaches organize shape drills repeatedly until movements become automatic. Defensive lines shift together. Midfielders press together. Attackers move as one unit. Football at this level is not random creativity. It is synchronization. The team begins understanding each other beyond words. A simple glance becomes enough. A movement becomes predictable. Chemistry transforms individuals into something bigger. One afternoon, rain begins falling heavily during training. Staff members consider stopping the session, but the players continue. Sliding tackles cut through wet grass. Shirts become soaked. Boots sink into the field. Cristiano keeps running. The weather almost feels symbolic. The road to glory is never clean or comfortable. It is difficult, exhausting and unpredictable. But champions adapt. As the days pass, confidence slowly grows within the squad. Not arrogance. Belief. The younger players begin expressing themselves more freely. The experienced leaders provide calmness during stressful moments. Every role matters inside the group. Even players who may not start matches understand their importance. Football teams fail when ego becomes larger than unity. This squad fights every day to avoid that mistake. Media attention eventually becomes impossible to ignore. Headlines appear everywhere discussing Cristiano's age, legacy, and chances of winning another international trophy. Analysts debate whether this could finally be the perfect ending to his career. Inside the camp, none of that matters. The players continue training. Continue suffering. Continue believing. One emotional moment arrives when the squad visits a local football community event. Young children from different backgrounds gather to meet their heroes. Some are nervous. Some cry from excitement. Cristiano kneels beside one young boy wearing a Portugal jersey and signs his football carefully. The child smiles like his dream became real. Moments like these remind the players why football matters beyond trophies. Back at the hotel, team meetings continue late into the night. Opponent analysis fills giant screens. Coaches discuss scenarios repeatedly. Set pieces are practiced mentally. Everyone understands how small margins decide World Cups. Cristiano eventually addresses the group privately. Not as a superstar. Not as a global icon. As a teammate. He reminds them that talent brought them here, but heart will decide what happens next. He tells them to fight for each other during every minute on the pitch. To stay united during bad moments. To trust the work they have done together. The room becomes silent afterward. Because everyone feels it. This is bigger than football now. The final training session before the opening match arrives with an entirely different atmosphere. Nervous energy fills the air. The pace feels sharper. Every touch carries urgency. Players know the waiting is almost over. As the session ends, the team gathers in a circle at the center of the pitch. Arms around shoulders. Heads lowered. Nobody speaks loudly. No dramatic speech is needed anymore. They already understand the mission. One team. One journey. United as one. Cristiano looks around at every face standing beside him. Different stories. Different backgrounds. Different paths that somehow led them all here together. In this moment, they are no longer individuals chasing personal dreams. They are a family chasing history. The cameras may focus on goals and trophies later. Fans may remember iconic celebrations and unforgettable moments. But the real story of every World Cup begins here, in training grounds, locker rooms, silent conversations, and sacrifices nobody else sees. This is where belief is built. This is where warriors are formed. This is where the journey truly starts. And somewhere inside the noise, pressure and expectations of the biggest tournament on earth, Cristiano Ronaldo prepares once again to step onto the stage with the same hunger that made him legendary in the first place. Not for attention. Not for headlines. But for the love of the game. For the badge on his chest. For the teammates beside him. For one last unforgettable journey.